based on, just the ledge trap in general.
That's fair. But here we go, man. Corrin, Lucina, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, a.k.a. Cub, going up against Steezy here. Let's run, man. This is another first round of winners type match.
Yeah, and Steezy getting into the first hits and the first advantage state, going for these juggles and making sure to play patient and just keep things going.
Yeah, Steezy, I feel like, takes it relatively pretty slow with Lucina. Not really rushing to do anything super crazy. He just wins neutral, gets his ledge trapping off, gets his mix-ups off, and he has a good time while doing it. So
yeah.
It's interesting seeing how Cub's playstyle will clash with that.
I feel like Cub is definitely struggling right now to keep pace, but it is still fairly even when it comes to the back and forth at the moment.
Yeah.
And that is going to be indicative when it comes to the neutral later down the line, especially when Corrin can get those kills just a little bit earlier compared to Lucina. But still, it's going to be the disadvantage really coming in, as Steezy is definitely having a better time getting out, but not securing these stocks. It's just barely missing the edge guard.
Yeah, and it looks like right now, Cub is really using that extra range that oh
Ooh.
Wow, what? That was crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely, if you SDI up, there is a little bit of time where you can just kind of get a little bit in between and be able to get out.
Crazy.
So it is definitely going to be Steezy getting this lead, but yeah, basically trapping yourself with the bad edgeguard attempt. Just really trying to hope for an early jump, but Corrin could go really low, so it's not exactly too worth to go for, and definitely put them in a bad position. But this damage coming in good for Steezy.
Yeah, and I was gonna mention before, but like the slightly extra range that Corrin has is something that Cub. Oh no! Unfortunate, right there.
Yeah, I've done that many of times. Definitely thinking that the neutral B will bring you onto stage, but if they are close enough, it is not going to be able to. But great counter, it is going to be able to kill, bringing this back to even.
Yeah, no, Lucina got quite a solid counter, able to take that stock right there. And yeah, as I've been trying to say, like, Cub, he has a little bit of extra range with Corrin, but with that being said, during the times where he's not swinging, Lucina, I believe, is just a little bit faster and is able to get in. And that's where Steezy right here can get these juggles off. And that forward tilt right there is quite nice, calling out the down air.
Yeah. Oh, and there's the shield break, and there's the up smash, taking game one, Steezy with style.
And yeah, despite an SD at 0, Steezy says, you know what, that is all good. Gets a counter off in the edge guard, gets that big shield break, and he's going to be taking game one.
Yeah, that was a really clean play from Steezy. Not in terms of the SD, but just overall.
Yeah.
Just overall, the advantage play. Steezy definitely has, I'd say, one of these best advantages on Lucina, just in terms of the state in general, as well as like the region.
True, but here we have a little bit of a counter pick here. Sora is coming out. The character that I would say Cub is most known for. He is going to be bringing it out for this game too. Maybe a little change of character, can be a little bit of a change of pace. Yeah. And as you mentioned, this is not one of the better matchups for Lucina.
Yeah, the counter is very good for Sora. He's one of the few characters that can actually counter Lucina from the stage.
Yeah.
But Steezy doing a really good job at just playing the neutral right now. Cub is definitely going in a lot more than they should, which is definitely going to be a lot easier for Steezy to be able to find these openings. But here comes the real reason why this matchup is difficult in terms of just the overall, just
neutral.
Yeah.
Oof, but you see that little down smash right there looking nice, and almost gets a counter off, but maybe that miss is what Steezy needed right there. But yeah, I think in terms of this matchup, like, we can see, we can see stuff like that, and Steezy kind of putting his head back, being like, how is that possible? And I'm asking the same question.
Sora has insanely easy and multiple kill confirms at many percents. So this is why this matchup can be such a difficult time.
Yeah.
But I'd say it's, still very...
Oh, okay.
One what? Brain cell sometimes, but...
Nah, great minds think alike. Great minds think alike.
Yeah, the offstage is definitely the most important in this matchup. And that the rage is definitely going to be very indicative of who takes this next stock. If Steezy does not take the stock soon, it is going to be really difficult to really come back from this. But, you know,
Yeah.
Steezy just looking for the one hit he needs, trying to get the up tilt, but not going to be able to. Stalling off stage.
Yeah, he's been holding on. I mean, Cub has been putting a lot of pressure on the ledge and on center stage as well, so it's kind of been hard for Steezy to get a kill because he isn't often in an edge guarding situation.
Yeah.
And this is why we have him at such a huge lead, man. 154%. If he sneezes on him, it might be a KO.
Yeah, and that's the sneeze.
There we go. Achu right there. One stock lead.
Yeah, but, you know, Steezy can definitely still get this.
Mm-hmm.
The edge guarding.
Oh, no, another SD.
SD per SD. It is even now.
Oh, they're going band for band on SDs right now, and it is looking pretty even now.
Yeah, I mean, just the overall combo game. Well, not combo game, but like string game from Steezy might be able to bring things around, but he is struggling in the neutral right now as he is just swinging at a disadvantage trying to get this hit.
Them upbees out of shield are putting in work for Cub. I cannot lie to you right now. And I think that floatiness, sometimes it can be to Sora's disadvantage, right? You might be vulnerable to like big up airs and up tilts as we've seen, you know, earlier in this game, but it can also be useful for getting some of these combos off.
And not going for any two-frame attempts, just going for the forward tilt and getting more of a ledge trap scenario. Going to be hit from the ledge, so Steezy running right into the back air. It is now 1-1.
Yeah, big back air right there. Sora's back air, one of the just best back airs in the game, in my personal opinion. He has a lot of really strong aerial attacks, and Cub taking advantage of, I mean, the whole 9 yards. And really going out here, taking it to a game 3. The Sora counter pick does work, even in spite of that SD at 0.
Yeah, I'd say like just the overall advantage state, Cub had a quite easier time when it came to just putting it on, especially because of how floaty both characters are. So they're going to be juggling each other very hard.
And he's going Corrin?
You know, I think it was mostly to do with the stage bans as well as the stage pick.
Okay.
So the smaller stage definitely would be better for Lucina.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that game 1 was very even.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too indicative of the skill, but the skill there to be able to recognize what you need and when you need it, getting the kill confirm and getting good damage as well. Trying to put more on the board as well.
Yeah, I mean, he was able to make quick work of that stock, under 30 seconds getting a KO. And while Cub has been able to get a couple of hits in here, maybe I feel like he might have overthought it a little bit. You know, while you do have this stage counter pick, at the end of the day, you did win game 2 with Sora, and you had a whole stock lead if it weren't for that SD.
Oh, the invincibility of that up B coming in clutch there.
Let's see if Cub proves me wrong, though. His Corrin is still very good, and he's always had like the ceiling, the skill ceiling, and potential of one of the best players in New Jersey.
Yeah, but this is not looking indicative of it. Good forward smash, putting Steezy into disadvantage, but Steezy's disadvantage this game has been phenomenal.
True.
Getting out of so many juggles and so many opportunities, and great DI as well. Going to be able to survive that pin.
I love seeing good DI. It's like art to me, honestly. And Steezy able to live for a little bit longer. He did get an extra hit in, but he is finally going to have that stock taken. But 100% lead is kind of tough for Cub. I can't lie. A little bit of stuttering there, but nevertheless, man, we got an exciting set to watch here. And that big
great up-B
right there is going to take him to his last stock in this set.
Yeah, with a full stock lead as well. This is not looking good for Cub, but in general, I'd say Corrin does have the cheese to be able to bring it back, but Steezy playing really solid when it comes to disadvantage. And because of that, Cub just having such a hard time finding the openings and keeping the openings going.
Yeah, and I think he has his jump. Okay. Good stuff. But yeah, Corrin, he's kind of known for like being a swordy that has combos, but I feel like with the way Steezy's been playing disadvantage, I mean, they've kind of had to go hit for hit. You know what I mean? And Steezy wins that battle at the end of the day. Oh
yeah, for sure. And just in general, he's doing, oh my gosh, the disadvantage, getting out of there as well, but still going to be hit by the pin.
Yeah, Corrin has a lot of options, especially here by the ledge.
Oh, that should be an up smash. Yep, not going to kill just yet.
Oh, try going for another one, I think. I mean, I don't blame him. He has the room to do a lot here, but
Yeah, there's such an advantage at the moment. It is just a matter of time before getting this last hit and trying to go for the spike and a well-placed pin, but not going to kill.
Again, really good DI right there. Going to be surviving that pin and trying to go for another up smash, but it's not going to land. And I mean, Steezy, he's on his last stock. It's a big lead, but with those combos that Corrin has, the edge guarding potential, I mean, things could go wrong really quickly for Steezy.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully there's no more SDs like the first 2 games. But in general, this is very close right now. Steezy, 1 hit away and getting the back air to be able to finish things off. Very dominant. Well, I wouldn't even say dominant. It was very good on both sides.
Yeah.
But Steezy was just playing that much better when it came to the matchup. I definitely think staying on the Sora should have been the pick. But in general, I understand why he swapped. Definitely the stage counter pick was an important choice going into it, but it wasn't the right decision in terms of just the overall matchup. If you're winning the matchup, you're winning the game. Yeah,
for sure. And I think in this case, like, again, I mentioned before, like, you don't really want to overthink it, right? Your Sora, you know, it was doing so well in that game, and although it was last stock, last hit, if it weren't for that SD, it probably would have been a solid 2 stock, and we would be looking at a very different set.
Yeah.
So it's just important, like, on just a mentality level, just to, you know, keep it pushing and not get too phased by the what ifs, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
at the same time, man, the Corrin didn't do, like, it's not like the Corrin got like 3 stocked, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though Steezy had like a pretty consistent lead during that game 3, it was still last stock. And again, Cubs Corrin is really freaking good. So like I still get it, you know what I mean? But Steezy gonna take that set.
Yeah. And coming up next, let's see what we have.
Well, while Wolfric is looking at the next match, I'm going to be taking you through some of these highlights right here. And yeah, this first stock right here was just so clean on Steezy's part, keeping him by the ledge, keeping the pressure. Look at this. Nair 1 F smash. That's a classic. Love to see that. But Cub was able to eventually respond back, but not before Steezy was able to build a pretty big lead. We saw that up B right there, and he had a whole stock lead to work with. And I mean, he was able to bring it to last stock. They did keep it pretty competitive, but I mean, at 155, something's got to give. That back air able to catch him slipping, and there we go, man. Steezy took it in an exciting game 3 set.
So up next, we have Lemon Tea and Marvel.
There we go. That's a very interesting matchup right there. Marvel, I mean, just has been on an absolute tear over the past half year or so. Meanwhile, Lemon Tea, you know, another veteran of the game, has been PR'd in the past. I think it was PR'd this previous season, if I'm not mistaken.
So the one before this season?
Oh, no. One before. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say they've been going back and forth pretty consistently lately. Lemon Tea going a lot more Fox lately.